what I enjoy about it is sitting here in my chair when you've done a couple of hours work, and you listen to the birds and you look around and you say, this is a pretty good place, right in the centre of York, and everybody should have something like this. And I can tell you the amazing thing is that my daughter, who lives in London, in South London, about 6 years ago they bought an allotment, and they're also doing this. So it's on to the next generation, and their children, they've also grown up with having a shared garden.
I think if you don't have some sort of connection with green spaces and land and that sort of thing, I think you tend to get you're more likely to get depressed. It kind of lifts your spirits to be able to come to a place like this. It really makes a huge difference.
I think it's important because it puts people in contact with where their food comes from, and the wonder of having seeds that are sort of smaller than the half moon on your finger growing into something fantastic like, sweet corn. I just find it's fascinating, and it's a wonderful, joyful thing to see things grow, and particularly if you've had a hand in nurturing them, it's very, very satisfying. And I think also as well, we live in a very instant age for a lot of things, and I think to see things grow and develop over time is quite a nice counterbalance.
So when I'm really stressed and I come home from work, and actually what you really feel like doing is just kind of doing nothing, I come up here and within about 10 minutes I feel like a transformed person, and that's what it gives to me individually. I absolutely love being up here. It's a bit like you can get into, I know it sounds really tedious digging, but you can get into the zone of digging, and it's a lovely experience. And when you've got the soil looking really brilliant, it's very, very satisfying. So I often just leave here and I look back and I'm really delighted.
It's like watching it grow, to be honest, is the greatest thrill. And of course, eating it, because it tastes far better than anything you can buy in the shops.
If you pick something and eat it, it just is much fresher. And it's hard to describe the difference, but I find, for instance, when I have to buy salad, it doesn't taste like it's alive. I know it's a bit hard to describe, but if you just pick it and eat it, it just seems more vibrant altogether.
So I think there's something very basic from when we were hunter-gatherers almost, that it's a sort of primitive need that it's not necessarily a need for everybody, but for a lot of people it satisfies that need to provide for yourself and your family.
I feel I have here a personal responsibility for a piece of land that doesn't belong to me, but it belongs to society, and I look after it and I pass it on better than the way I found it.
The history of allotments back to when common people, lost the land with the Enclosures Acts and so on. This is the only bits of land we can have, particularly for those of us who live in cities now, and in a city like York where there's, gardens are small. Gardens are very small in the main. So land to grow your own food, I think, is a basic right, and allotments manifest that. And the fact that they're administered by an elected authority, I also think is important, because it means we have a kind of democratic channel.
It's with so many things, there are lots of things in society of value, and when they disappear, you don't know what you've lost anymore, but there's an impoverishment going on.
It'll be a sad day when I have to give up the allotment.
There's been a lot of activity in the street today. All the children, they came out to play. Is it because I love you? Is it because I love you? I can't say. There's been a lot of activity in the street today. There's been a lot of activity in the sea today. All the fishes, they came out to play. Is it because I love you? Is it because I love you? I can't say. There's been a lot of activity in the sea today. I've been a lot of activity in the sky tonight. All the stars were big and burning bright. Is it because I love you? Is it because I love you? I'm sweating. I've been a lot of activity in the sky all day.
We don't inherit the earth, but we borrow it from our children.